Good morning, Devil fans. This is Chris from the Uncle Pucker, New Jersey Devil podcast. As you can tell, just woke up. It is a little bit early, but tonight the Devils are heading out to Long Island to face the division foes after a nice big win over Montreal, which we just did a show last night that is posting as I speak, so you should have it this morning if you care to listen to that, where we dive into a bunch of things. The Montreal game, a little bit of a look ahead. Um, Bobby had done a fantastic job at a kind of a goalie breakdown. Um, I highly recommend sticking around to listen to that because he puts a lot of things into perspective, especially when it comes to kind of the comparisons between Jacob Markstrom and Igor Shesterkin, Connor Hollabuck, the money that each of them are getting, or the money that each of them are trying to get. So anyway, I digress. That's last night's show. Check it out, download it wherever you like. So tonight, the Devils head out to the Island for a 7:30 puck drop at UBS Arena. The Isles right now are 6-6-2. They're holding on to 14 points. That's good for fifth in the Metro. As our Devils are 9-5-2 with 20 points and first in the Metro. Again, a number that just doesn't tell the truth. You kind of have to go by winning percentage until you get all these games in hand caught up. If I was to do that, the Devils would not be in first place. So, for the sake of keeping the Devils in first place, we're not going to go by save percentage. We'll just go by points, even if we played 4 or 5 more games than most of the other teams. Um, the New York Islanders are 27th in the league in goals for. Okay, they have scored 36 goals. This is a team that has trouble scoring, and it's evident by those numbers. They are 13th in goals against with 42, so they have a -6 goal differential. Um, we played them once already, and it was a shit game. We lost in overtime, 4-3. The Devils probably should have had that one, but it was one of the 6 wins that the Islanders had, actually, and so they ended up getting it last season. We did pretty good against the Islanders, right? October 20th, we had an overtime win, 5-4 against them last year. On November 28th, we beat them also 5-4 in regulation. On March 24th, that was the only shutout that the Devils got last year. That was a 4-0 Capo Kakkonen shutout against the Islanders on a Sunday afternoon. I remember that. Um, and on April 15th, the Islanders beat us 4-1. So you're 3-1 against them last year. So that's pretty good. Devils are coming off a big win against a not a great Montreal team, but they did exactly what they were supposed to do, and they won the game. Devils are also 4 out of 5 winners of their last 4 out of 5. The Isles are winners of their last 3 out of 4. They just had a 4-2 win against the Ottawa Senators. That's their latest game. And what do we got to watch out for on the Isles? Well, we have to watch out for former Devils like Kyle Palmieri because they just seem to kill us. And right now, Kyle Palmieri is at 6-5 for 11 points. You have Bo Horvat sitting there at 12 points with 5-7. And the captain, Anders Lee, is got 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points. So that is who they are led by. Where do they stand in special teams? Well, the Islanders' power play is clicking at a whopping 13.4%. That's good for 29th in the league. League average is 20.29. And on their PK, they are 30th in the league at 66.67%. The league average there is 79.71%. Special teams for the Islanders are just not very good. The Devil special teams, they're clicking at 28.6% on the power play. That's good for fifth in the league. And on the penalty kill, they are 11th in the league at 84.1%. So Devils are far better than the Islanders in both categories of special teams. Jat and Brack. Jack and Bratt. So Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes really did lead the charge the last game against the Canadians. They each had 3 points. It was a really fun game to watch. Jack was being his creative, awesome self out there. Not quite sure how much open ice is going to be in this game, so I don't know if Jack. I mean, he's always done very well against the Islanders, so I'm not going to cut it. Say that the guy's not going to have a good game. But if I was to bet on it, I would probably bet a little bit more on the Heischer line generating some offense, and even that bottom six generating some offense more in this game. Um, Devils can score goals. The Islanders can't. So in a game where the objective is to score more goals than the other team, then I would think that New Jersey has a pretty decent chance here. So it's a divisional game. It's a 4-point game. This is important. Like I said, when you look at the Devils' schedule and you just compare that to the Islanders, who have played, actually, the Islanders have played a few games too. They played 14 games. That's surprising that they played that many, where the Devils have played 16. But there are some teams that have played 11, 12 games, like I think the Capitals and the Hurricanes. So some good teams in our division. And right now you're in first place. If the Devils just keep winning, then none of that matters. They'll stay there, and they can stay there all year as long as they don't start getting into some crazy losing streaks or anything like that. So, my confidence level in this game is pretty high. I think that if the Islanders decide that they're going to key in on that Jack Hughes line, and they're going to pull we're not going to let them beat us. Well, that's fine because we should be able to generate offense from several other lines and plus from our back end. Uh, Crazy prediction for this game. I will say it right now. I said in the last game that Jack was going to have 3 points, and he did. I'm going to say Brett Pesce gets his first NHL goal, well, his first goal as a New Jersey Devil in this game. Ilya Sorokin, he's a heck of a goalie. Probably the one thing that makes me super nervous about this game because he absolutely has the ability to just goalie you and make your night just a long night, right? We don't want to deal with that. Excuse me, I need my coffee. Ilya Sorokin is 4-3-1 this year. He's got a 921 save percentage and a 2.35 goals against average. Chances are he's going to go up against Jacob Markstrom at 6-4-1 and a 904 save percentage and a 2.65 goals against average. Both goalies have good numbers. Jacob Markstrom's career versus the New York Islanders is 7-5-2 in 14 games. He has a 906 save percentage and a 2.96 goals against average. So he's had pretty good numbers against the Islanders. So I expect Markstrom in tonight, and I expect Jake Allen to be in on Sunday against the San Jose Sharks. But essentially, it comes down to this, right? The Islanders can't score goals, but they can defend, and they can get chippy and make your life. They can become annoying to play against. They're gonna. Ilya Sorokin is the guy that I worry about most on this team. Like I said, he absolutely can goalie you, but I think the Devils are deeper. The Devils are faster. This is a big game just for the simple fact of the 4 points. Keep the Islanders below you. Keep everybody below you. I believe the Devils should be able to win this thing. I'd like to see them do it in regulation. Don't be splitting points. But like I said, Brett Pesce will score in this game. I say that like it's a fact. I think Brett Pesce will score in this game. And I also think that the Nico Hischier line is the line to watch out for. Maybe even put that hollow line. I just think that those guys, the grinders, even though the hard work that we've seen Jack and Bratt and Andre Palat do, like they're getting much more into the defensive style and the defensive schemes and going up against teams better players. So who the hell knows? But if I was to say that Hischier line and the Hollow line, those are the two lines that I think are going to be able to generate some offense today. Watch out for old Devils that want to kill you like Kyle Palmieri. They can't score. They haven't been able to score. Devils have been playing very good defense. Lock it down. Jacob Markstrom should have a very good game against these guys. Don't be the team that the Islanders decide that they're going to, we haven't scored all year. We're going to put 6 up tonight. don't be that team. Play structured, play disciplined. I like everything that I have seen from the Devils in the last couple of weeks. We talked about it on the podcast yesterday, but basically from that Detroit Red Wing loss, from then on out, the Devils have played some really, really solid hockey on both ends of the ice. I mean, offensive, defensive, both all three zones. They're doing a really good job being responsible. And structured, which is not something that we've seen from a Devils team in a long time. So again, I get it. Any team can beat any team, but this is a game that the Devils, if you want to, Devils want to be considered a Stanley Cup contender, then these are the games they have to win. Tomorrow night against the Sharks is a game they have to win, and you're going to have to win 2 out of 3 on your trip down to Florida. That's how I feel. We talked about it, like I said, on the show, but that's how I feel, that you have to, if you want to be considered up there and you want to be talked about with the Rangers and the Panthers and the, Lightning and the Hurricanes, well, go take care of business. Devils Islanders tonight, 7:30, UBS Arena. I'm looking forward to it. So let's see a Devils. I'll go Devils 4-2 win. Nico Heischer gets the game winner, and Brett Pesce gets on the board. That's all we got. Uncle Puckers will be back soon. Thanks so much for listening, guys. We'll talk to you. Peace.